Once again, I want to say good morning to those folks joining us on FKCS Live on the Internet as we get ready to roll into our pre-finals of the morning as we work our way into pre-finals. Again, a rundown. Rotex Jr. Oliver Askew setting fast time earlier this morning. He'll be in row number 1. Orson Morales qualifying second. Colin Warren third. Jeffrey Lamprecht qualifying in that 4th spot. Morgan Healy 5th. Sarah Metcalf 6th. Brian Lockwood qualifying 7th. Dylan Bucci 7th. Timothy Venable qualifying in the 9th spot. Again, that is your starting lineup, Rotex Jr. Earlier overall fast qualifier pole position, picking up the pole, Yamaha Jr. Skylar Robinson. In our tag, Chris Krepthorpe sets fast time. In our cadet sportsman, Devin Bowerman setting fast time. Devin turning a 52.974. Only driver in that class to turn a 52-second bracket. In our shifters ICC Ryan Smith is fast time. In your shifters masters, Chad Waldron turning quick time. Stock moto, Colleen Smith set fast time in your stock moto. In our Easy Kart 100, Tim Venable setting fast time. Tim turning a 48.109. In our shifters, and Ryan Smith sets fast time ICC. In our shifter masters, Chad Waldron setting fast time. And again, as I mentioned, stock moto, again, Colleen Smith setting fast time. In our tag heavy KF2, Dominic Lamano setting fast time in KF2. In our tag heavy, John Dalton turning fast time. So again, those are our pole sitters. In those classes, Yamaha Sportsman, Jason Yarbrough turning fast time. So ready to go, Rotex Jr. Pre-finals will be 10 laps. Row number 1, Oliver Askew. Oliver in the 38, Orson Morales outside row number 1. And I want to welcome those folks joining us on FKCS Live as we get ready to go. First pre-final of the afternoon. Looking to go green, it's out. We are underway. So kicking off our first pre-final of the afternoon, Rotex Jr. Oliver Askew. Set fast time. The field cycled around for the very first time as they look the clock around for the very first time again. Oliver Askew setting fast time. Oliver turning to 47.717. That was his quick lap earlier. And he'll come around for the very first time. He'll cross the line. So again, Oliver sitting in that top position. Oliver Askew wasting no time, quickly getting up to that top spot. And started on the pole position. He works his way off at turn number 9. He's quickly opening up a decent lead as he checks off turn 10. Yeah, no big surprise there. Oliver, a very good qualifier here at Homestead. He's off to a pretty good run as he'll work his way into turn number 1. Oliver into turn number 1 right now, 9/10 of a second over second place running Colin Warren. And Colin off to a good start, holds on to second. Third, it'll be Sarah Metcalf. Then you got a good nose-to-tail battle. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Dylan Bucci, Jeffrey Lambert, and Timothy Venable. That'll be 4th, 5th, and 6th. Those three drivers pretty well button up into turn 4. They come to that paper clip turn, and they'll work their way into turn number 5. Looks a pretty good race, and now as they work through the chicane, you'll see those three cars starting to separate. As Timothy Venable dropping off the pace there behind Jeffrey Lambert. Again, that is at race 4th, 5th, and 6th. Dylan and Jeffrey starting to tighten it up now. Those two drivers into turn number 10. Your leader coming across the line, quickly picking up the halfway sign. 5 in, 5 to go. One and only leader started on the pole, Oliver Askew. Right now he heads off turn number 2 with a 1.5 second lead over Colin Warren. Metcalf running third, 3.6 seconds behind your leader. Jeffrey Lampert sitting in that 4 spot. 5th will be Dylan Bucci. 6th will be Venable. 7th will be Morgan Healy. Brian Lockwood 9th. Morales in the top 10. So just over the halfway point. First free final of the afternoon. There's your race leader checking off turn number 11. And Calvin Warren again. Calvin Warren qualified in that third spot. Didn't waste any time to quickly get into that second place position. And Calvin unable to shave it in that time off. 1.8 seconds behind your race leader. Yeah, Dylan Bucci, Timothy Venable along with Lambright all mixing it up. Those drivers heading into turn number 4. There's your race leader. Checks off turn 5. Most of that chicane. Very smooth. Oliver Askew. Calvin Warren down through the chicane. Running in that third spot. Metcalf. 4th. It'll be the 314. Lambright. 5th. It'll be Dylan Bucci. Then 6th, 7th, and 8th. How about this? Get a little battle there. Timothy Venable, Healy, and Lockwood. They're working their way up at turn number 8. So some good racing on the tail end of the field. About the only tight battle there. 5th, 6th, and 7th. Bucci, Venable, and Healy. They'll work their way off turn number 10. Your leader heads off turn number 1. 7 laps complete. Now Calvin Warren trailing by 2.7 seconds behind your leader. So everything breaking away for your race leader. Well over 2.5 second lead for Oliver Askew. Started on the pole. And he heads through the chicane. Good run going for the 11 machine. It's Colin Warren. There's Colin down through the chicane, heads into turn 6. And Brian Lockwood working on the 26. And Tim Venable, that is for 6th place. They're nose to tails. They come off turn number 8 into turn 9. They're going to stay that way into turn number 10. So Lockwood trying to work around Venable. In the meantime, 2-lap sign is in the air, 2 to go. As Oliver Askew opens up a 3.3 second ride. What a run going for this kid. So Oliver Askew breaking away as he heads into turn number 4. Brian Lockwood working on Venable. They got a good race there for 7th place. Those 2 drivers off turn 2. So it's a good race in there as we're closing in on the final lap this time by. So Oliver Askew going wire to wire. So white flag up, one more trip around. There's your leader. Oliver Askew's led every single lap as he works his way into turn at number 1. Coming across the line, 4.2 seconds behind your leader, Colin Warren. Metcalf 3rd. Lampert is in that 4 spot. Dylan Bucci been putting up a pretty good battle, flying solo 5th. 6th, it'll be Morgan Healy. 7th, it'll be Brian Lockwood, finally getting around Tim Venable for that 6th spot. Lockwood 7th, and it'll be Venable 8th, and Morales in the 9th spot. Oliver Askew setting fast time earlier in lap number 9. He just did it here at 47.733. So he just did that looking at the timing and scoring. He just clicked that fast lap, 47.733. And just a walk away for Oliver Askew as he heads into that final turn. So Oliver Askew will pick up the victory as he comes across the line. Started on the pole, goes wire to wire. Colin Warren, a good run there for Colin Warren, working his way to try to get a podium finish here this afternoon. Metcalf coming home 3rd. Lampert picks up that 4th spot. Dylan Bucci in the top 5. 6th will be Morgan Healy. 7th will be Brian Lockwood. Venable will flip-flop with Orson Morales. Orson going to make that run, and he'll pick up 8th. Venable will round out your top 10 or top 9 position. So Oliver Askew goes wire to wire, comes across the line with a 4.8 second victory over Colin Warren. Sarah Metcalf, a good top three finish for Sarah, looking to try to get on that podium a little bit later this afternoon. Sarah comes home third. Jeffrey Lampert finishes fourth. Dylan Bucci fifth. Morgan Healy sixth. Brian Lockwood seventh. Morales eighth. And Tim Venable rounding out your ninth place card. But a great run there for Oliver Askew as he goes wire to wire. Once again, I want to say good afternoon to the folks actually still morning here out on the East Coast. Again, I want to welcome those folks joining us around the country and around the world. We got folks tuning in. And some relatives maybe running here this weekend with the Florida Karting Championship Series as we are in race number 1 for the 2011 race weekend number 1, race 2 here for the Florida Karting Championship Series. We're down here in Homestead, Miami. Our first of 6 stops for the series in 2011. And a great start weather-wise. Temperatures right now in the mid to upper 70s. Here at the Homestead, Miami, 0.7 of a mile speedway. And again, this track was repaved 1 year ago. So this is actually our second year on the track with a new pavement. And a far cry from 2010. We were down here, and we got a lot of rain in 2010, but the sunny skies, nice weather here at Homestead. Winds are pretty calm. A little bit of breeze here or there, but it's been picture perfect. And folks type in around the country. They are still snowed in, but that weather will eventually change. But hopefully sit back and enjoy the racing action here on FKCS Live. Join us from the Homestead Miami Speedway. Special thanks to some of our series sponsors helping us out here in 2011. Anderson RacePark.com. Check them out online. And of course, they've got services and information, race driver training programs, team building, group event planning, open karting, test programs. They got it all. Whatever your needs are, hey, check them out online. That's AndersonRacePark.com. AndersonRacePark.com, one of our series sponsors for the Florida Karting Championship Series here in 2011. And special thanks to the folks at Ocala Grand Prix, George, and everybody out there, official distributor of Tony Kart products, racing kart sales, service, parts. They'll keep your racing kart going. Full-service racing facility. And, of course, if you want to do the Arrive and Drive program at Ocala Grand Prix, just to give a call at 352-291-0600 or visit them online, OcalaGrandPrix.com. That's OcalaGrandPrix.com. And special thanks to folks at EasyCarUSA.com. Check out their product line, carts ranging from 50cc all the way up to 125cc shifters. Visit them online at EasyCart-USA.com. That's EasyCart-USA.com. Yeah, special thanks to folks at Divine Designs, embroidery, silk screen, signs, airbrush, glass etching. You give them a call at 239-462-3803, official supplier, shirts, hats, and all the great shirts and hats and all kinds of neat things supplied here to the series. Again, that's Divine Design, 239-462-3803. I want to thank the folks at AAA Sod and Supply. If you maybe need some lawn repair, complete yard, commercial, residential, they've got it all. Bahia Sod, Flora, Tam, Zoysia, whatever your needs are. Again, you can check them out online at aaaSodandSupply.com. Of course, they've got boulders, plants, full siding, whatever your needs are. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, stop down there. And again, that is AAA Sod and Supply. Give them a call, 561-968-5105. I'll make sure I can. And I want to thank one of our sponsors here in 2011, Go Designs. Go Designs, we are your source for website design and graphics. Over 20 years of experience in the karting community, focused on bringing the karting community affordable and friendly service for websites. Whether you're an up-and-coming driver or company ready to market yourself, let Go Designs be the company to help you out. GoDesigns.us. So just about ready to go for our 10-lap pre-final. This will be tag. And here's our starting order coming out of Lutz, Florida. Chris Grepthorpe in the 79. Chris turning a 47.312. Outside row 1, Andrew Evans, also a great qualifying run there. In row 2, Michael Melican in the 6. Stina Bortron in the number 46. Brandon Sandler will be starting 5th. 6th will be Jonathan Kotite. Aaron Dunas will be starting 7th in the number 3. Brian Horowitz in the 21 starting 8th. 9th it'll be William Hayes in the 01. Celebrating a birthday today, the 12 of Brad Sanders. Happy birthday, Brad Sanders. He'll be starting 10th. And Hayden in the number 3 starting 11th. Nick Rickard starting 12th. Sav Davis starting 13th. Jesse Gross 14th. 15th will be Garrett Peterson. Peter Pastano starting 16th. Kristen Toro will be starting 17th. Brandon Wells starting 18th. Jason Devine starting 19th. Camilo Rico will be starting 20th. Jeffrey Amaya, Al Dunas, and Robert Wright did not qualify. So there's your starting order for your tag classes. They'll go for 10 laps as they get them on the grid. 10 drivers getting ready to roll out for their 10-lap pre-final. And Chris Greptor, Chris coming out of Lukes, Florida, been racing quite a long time. And he's sitting on at pole position. Chris turning the 47.312. Andrew Evans coming out of the South Florida area. Andrew turning at 47.544, about 0.2 of a second behind Chris Greptor. We'll let the field get a hot lap. We'll get them ready to go. That'll be 10 laps, your tag pre-final. Andrew Evans outside row 1. Michael Malachi in the 6 in row 2. Christina Borndine. Christina in the 46.
Carl, I've got one number
Okay. So if you'll get a bunch of them up now as we're ready to go, 10 lap. This is your tag pre-final. And talking about Chris Greptor coming out of Lukes, Florida, been at it for quite some time. Very good competitor. And he's stout here in this tag class, and he's on that pole position. Again, one of 4 drivers into that 47-second bracket. Chris with a 47.312. Oh, Chris can inch his way into turn number 11. He'll come off turn 11. He'll go down that front straightaway. He'll making that turn, approaching the start-finish line. Billy Newberg, head flagger, going to look him over. Billy likes what he sees. He lets him fly. We're underway. Boy, some heavy traffic coming up turn number 1. Chris Greptor. Now we're going to see a couple carts get together. I believe Greptor, one of those carts, going to back pedal. So your pole sitter shift back to at least several spots as the field heads into turn 4 for the first time. So off front to 127, wasted no time. That'll be Andrew Evans. Andrew qualified outside row 1. So lap number 1, Andrew Evans is your leader. Boy, look at this pile of traffic. 4th all the way on back to the tail end of the field. Some side-by-side racing. They're 3 wide between turns 10 and 11. Now they're going to go single file. Great racing 4th on back to the field in heavy traffic. That'll be Chris Greptor, your pole sitter, in 4th place. Chris getting together in that early melee there, and he's got a lot of traffic. Boy, he's got a freight train behind him into turn number 3. So Chris Greptor, after setting fast time, got hooked up there early on in that turn number 1 incident, and it put him all the way back to 4th place. And the one they're trying to chase down, Andrew Evans, is your race leader. Brandon Salyer 2nd. Christina Voltron is 3rd. Chris Greptor 4th. Dunas 5th. So we'll see if Chris Greptor can turn it up again. He set fast time earlier this morning.
They watch that 44.
All of a sudden, that battle turning up pretty good for that 2nd place position. We got a nose-to-tail battle off turn 11. Zelly in the 227, Rondon in the number 46. So Christina keeping the heat on Brandon Salyer. Boy, we're seeing good racing through the entire track. Deep in the field, some pretty good racing. I'll keep an eye on those drivers as they work their way off of turn number 2. Afri Amaya, Nick Neri, Ricardo, Brad Sanders, all mixing it up. Those drivers coming off turn number 4. There's your leader, Andrew Evans. Settler running 2nd, Rondon running 3rd. Christina really running the tire tracks of that 2nd place car, Brandon Salyer. Christina peeking in on that 2nd place card on the exit of turn number 10. And Christina unable to get around Brandon as they're pretty well nose to tail as they try to run down Andrew Evans. Chris Grepthorpe finally breaking away from that other pack of carts. He's running fourth, flying solo. Ricardo Dunas sitting down at fifth place position. See if he can try to reel in at Chris Grepthorpe. We've got 3 laps complete. Now it'll be Jonathan Kotite will correct that. Jonathan Kotite on a Tony cart now in the 5th spot. This will be 6th. Michael Melikon 7th. Horowitz in at an 8th place position. So it's been wire to wire for your race leader. And Andrew Evans jumping out to that early lead. And he is really breaking away. How about this battle now? And 2 carts going at it for second. Chris Grepthorpe. Look at this. Chris charging up into third. Makes the pass on Christina. He'll be up to third. And he just walked around Christina. So Chris Grepthorpe right now in that 3rd spot. 2.2 seconds behind him. So Chris Grepthorpe right there into that 3rd spot. He's looking to go to the inside of Brandon. He'll snatch it away. Here comes Christina getting challenged down for 3rd. So 2 carts getting past Brandon as they work their way off of turn 4. Grepthorpe 2nd, Christina back up to 3rd. Brandon will drop back to 4th. So again, your top 5, it's been a runaway freight train for Andrew Evans. He continues to hold on to the top spot. We'll pick up the halfway sign. So there's your leader. Evans your leader, Brandon Salyer. A drop back 2 positions. That's got Grepthorpe now 2nd, Unrun 3rd. Brandon Salyer 4th, Jonathan Kotite 5th. We'll keep an eye on that clock as Grepthorpe moves up into that 2nd place position. See if your leader will be able to continue to hold up that lead. Grepthorpe 2.1 seconds behind your leader. Some great racing. So that's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place positions. Your leader heads into turn number 7. Again, Chris Grepthorpe setting fast time earlier this morning. When that green flag dropped, he started on the pole. Had a little bit of problem off of turn number 1. Shoved him back to 4th, and he was quite back the distance. And right now, he's in pursuit of your race leader as they come across the start-finish line. But again, it's been wire to wire for Andrew Evans. He's led every single lap. He checks off turn number 3. Andrew with about a 2.1 second gap between him and Grepthorpe. So Chris has definitely shaved off some time. Grepthorpe 2nd, Vonred, Brandon Salyer, and Jonathan Kotite, your top 5 here. With 6 laps complete, Grepthorpe set fast time here in lap number 6, turns a 47.495, and he is turning it up now. So Grepthorpe about 2 seconds behind your leader into turn number 9. Grepthorpe breaking away from Christina as they come off of turn number 10. Brandon Salyer running 4th. That's the top 4 carts coming into turn 11. Jonathan Kotite running solo. He's 5th as he comes into turn 11. 7 laps complete, 3 to go. Chris Grepthorpe 1.3 seconds behind your leader. On that previous lap, Grepthorpe was actually 2 seconds behind your leader. He is 1.3 seconds. He's closing the gap into turn 4. So Jonathan Kotite running 5th in that Tony cart. Unable to gain any ground, so he's flying in that 5th place position as he checks through the chicane. Michael Melikon behind him as they continue to work through traffic. What's that?
William Isaiah, number 1, right down turn 5.
So here comes your leader. We'll see if Grepthorpe will be able to do anything with him. William Isaiah had a problem with that cart. He shuts it down off the chicane. And he'll slow down into turn number 8. Watch as traffic come by. So Chris Grepthorpe getting the 2 left sign to go. Chris right now 1.3 seconds behind your leaders, unable to shave into that time off. He was on that in the previous lap. But again, Chris turning fast time in lap number 8, 47.318. He is coming. But unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to have enough time. But again, your race leader, Andrew Evans, he has been just smooth as silk now as he checks off turn 9. He has been flawless the entire race, getting out to that early lead, and he has not looked back. I don't believe Andrew phased at all as he comes into turn to number 11. There he is off turn 11. White flag up, one to go for Andrew Evans. Great run for Andrew. Qualified very well, qualified outside of row number 1. So Andrew Evans moving right along. I don't think Gripthorpe's going to have enough now, as Chris kind of faded off. He's 1.8 seconds behind your leader. Gripthorpe pretty well concentrate on your leader. Now he's got to start worrying about traffic behind him. Christina in that fourth place cart. As they kept going back and forth. She is right now running third. Brandon running fourth. Michael Melicon fifth. So Christina is trying to get around Chris Gripthorpe. Chris not going to let that happen. As here comes your leader heading into turn number 11. So Andrew Evans goes wire to wire. And he'll pick up the win. There's your winner, Andrew Evans, in your tag pre-final. Chris Gripthorpe coming home 1.1 seconds behind your leader. Vondron picks up third. Brandon Sellier and Michael Melicon running out fourth and fifth. So I'm sure Chris Gripthorpe's going to be fighting right back when he gets into that 14-lap final. So Andrew Evans goes wire to wire. Great run. Boy, that kart was just flawless. I don't think Andrew was worried at one bit. And he got off to a great start, broke away from Chris Gripthorpe, and he picks up the win, leads every single lap after that altercation off turn number 1. But Chris fighting right back. He got back to fourth place and fought his way back. So a good run though for Chris Gripthorpe coming home second. 6 through 10, Jonathan Kotyke. Jonathan finishing 6th. Had a great run. Horowitz will be 7th.
So they got a number plate out there somewhere?
Ryan Horowitz, a pretty good run. Top 10 finish. Brad Sanders 9th, and doing a schedule in that 10th spot. So tag in the book, that is your pre-finals. We'll move on to Yamaha Junior. Yamaha Junior class going to roll out for their 10-lap pre-final in the afternoon. Again, special thanks to Pastor Todd Shaw. Of course, that's OnTrackMinistry.com. Reaching out and encouraging others to live on-track life through Jesus Christ. You want to get on Pastor's e-newsletter, just go to the website, OnTrackMinistry.com. That's OnTrackMinistry.com. And special thanks to TSRacing.com. If you need any go-kart parts, TSRacing.com has everything from air filters to apparel, 2- and 4-cycle engines, engine parts, axles, hubs, whatever needs on. They got tires, Vegas, Maxxis, Firestone, MG, and more. And, of course, they've got that very quick shipping. Talking to a lot of folks, they call TS Racing, they get it out the same day. And you can visit them online at tsracing.com. That's tsracing.com. And a couple carts cleaned up, getting ready to roll on to our Yamaha Junior lineup. And here's the way we line them up. This youngster's been on a roll all weekend. Clean house yesterday, Skylar Robinson. Skylar coming out of Augusta, Georgia, on the 59. Outside row 1, Alex Hornberg in the number 9. Derek Solbel-Derrick in the number 5, starting 3rd. Corey Coles in the 04, starting 4th. Ian Tilburn, the 82, starting 5th. Colin Warren in the number 1 will be starting 6th. Justin Greiner starting 7th. Justin in the 83. Austin Jordan starting in the 8th starting spot. That'll be our lineup. That'll be for your Yamaha Junior class. Yeah, I want to thank the great folks here at Homestead Karting. They've got the Arrive and Drive program, and of course, private group lap sessions, driving schools, whatever needs are. Again, right here. Great folks here at Tony and the gang, homesteadkarting.net. Check them out online. Of course, a lot of racing going on here for the 2011 season. We've kicked off our season with the Florida Karting Championship Series here at Homestead Karting. Skylar Robinson setting fast time earlier this morning. Skylar turning a 49.802. And your second driver in that 49-second bracket outside row 1, Alex Hornberg. Alex with a 49.917. He'll get exit off turn number 11. This will be Yamaha Junior. 10-lap pre-final. Skyler Robinson, Hornberg, row number 1. Billy likes what he sees. He'll show him the green. We are underway. And Skyler Robinson cleaned house yesterday. Picked up a pre-final victory yesterday. And right now he's up front as he takes the field into turn 4 for the very first time. The paper clip turn there as he exits off turn 4. Skyler Robinson heading into turn 5 with a 2-car late lead. There's Skyler Robinson. Corey Tolles running in that second place position in the 0-4. Corey quickly gaining some ground. He's moved up to second right here in lap number 1. Corey started 4th, and he's not wasting any time. And again, he's right back where he left off. Corey Tolles, and again, Skyler Robinson put on some pretty good racing yesterday. Now look right there, 1-2, Skyler Robinson, Corey Tolles into turn 11 as they come around for the first time. Eric Sobel, no stranger to the Florida Karting Championship Series. Didn't see him run with us in 2010. And of course, the youngster got his start here with the Florida Karting Championship Series a couple of years back. And he's moved on doing some Bandolero racing, at least some legend racing, and up there in the Carolinas, but makes his home here in Florida, and of course, good to see him back here at the Florida Karting Championship Series. Always a good competitor, and right now he's turning up the heat. Boy, he's all over the bumper. Corey Tolles through the chicane. Just as I started talking about this youngster, he's starting to work over Corey Tolles. Right behind him, boy, they got some company now. That's Alex Hornberg. How about this? Top second, third, and fourth place cars pretty well tightened up now as they come into turn 11. Skyler Robinson, your leader, off of turn 11. There's Skyler across the line. Skyler Robinson, 1.1 second lead. Corey Tolles, Derek Sobel, and Hornberg nose to tail on the exit of turn number 1. Now they're going to separate. Derek going to shuffle back a couple spots. He'll drop back to 4, so he will lose at least 1 spot coming into turn 4. So Derek Sobel currently trying to work around Corey Tolles, and he cost him a couple positions. Now he is in 4th place. And lap number 2, so there he is now trying to work his way through the chicane. So now Corey Tolles, a new company, sneaking up on the inside. And that'll be Alex Hornberg. He'll make the pass on Corey Tolles. So Alex Hornberg has picked up a couple positions here in the last lap.
Number 9, Don.
So Robinson, your leader, 1.5 second lead. Hornberg second. Corey Tolles third. Sobel fourth. Fifth will be Tilburg. Godwin Warren running 6th. Austin Jordan 7th. 9th will be Justin Kreiner. Alex Hornberg has turned fast time 49.909 here in this race. So rest of traffic stretching out. We've seen a pretty good battle for that second place position. Right now, Hornberg is second. Corey Tolles running 3rd. Corey about 5 kart lengths behind that second place machine coming into turn 11. And then right on Corey's heels will be the 5, Derek Sobel. Derek running 4th off turn 11. Well, he gets a good run down that front straightaway. And he closes the gap going into turn number 1. So that race continued to heat up now for 3rd. Corey going to hold them off as they come off turn number 2. So Corey Tolles doing a pretty good job. Corey coming out of the Jacksonville, Florida area. Okay. So being informed now that is Nick Neri, the number 9 substitute driver for Alex Hornberg, and he will be penalized 2 positions. Again, passing an illegal pass. So he cut the course. So again, that number 9, that is Nick Neri, being informed Neri's substitute driver will be penalized 2 positions for cutting the course. So 6 laps complete. Again, we are being told that is Nick Neri in the number 9 substitute driver for Alex Hornberg. So Skylar Robinson continuing to show the way. He's got a full second lead. Hornberg, again, substitute driver is Nick Neri. Neri in the number 9. Seven laps complete. Again, Skylar Robinson carrying about a half a second lead over Nick Neri. Neri starting to reel him in. Yeah, Neri will be docked 2 positions, again, for cutting the course. And Neri's definitely closed the gap now. Again, that is a substitute driver for Alex Hornberg. Again, we were late on that, but we did get that information here toward the tail end of the race. That is Nick Neri. And again, seeing the Tony Kart suit, but not a Tony Kart there, kind of threw me off, but that is Neri as he brings in Skylar Robinson. But again, Neri will be docked 2 positions as they pick up the 2 lap sign to go this time by. Neri closes the gap coming into turn number 1. Yeah, how about Derek Solbel? And again, the 0-4 Corey Tolles, they continue to do battle as Solbel now ahead of Corey Tolles as they come off turn number 1. So if Derek makes the pass, those 2 drivers have been pretty well going nose to tail. So Skylar Robinson, Neri closes up the gap through the chicane as they're nose to tail coming off turn number 1. Neri going to again cut the course. And he does it one more time, so Neri will take over the lead. So again, he cut that corner coming out of that chicane. That's definitely cost him a couple positions. Neri will cycle around. Again, Neri will be docked 2 positions as they come across the line. That battle between Corey Tolles, how about Derek Sobel? Derek now 3rd, Corey running 4th. Good little race there between those 2 drivers. They've been battling pretty much the entire race. 9 laps complete. Yeah, Neri and Skylar Robinson going at it on that final lap. Again, officials pass it on. Neri has been disqualified. So Neri has been disqualified. That'll put Derek Sobel 2nd, Corey Tolles 3rd. So Neri is disqualified. And Skylar Robinson, no matter to him, he'll pick up the win. So Skylar Robinson picks up the win. Derek Sobel going to come home 2nd. 3rd, it'll be Corey Tolles. So Skylar Robinson, your winner. Derek Sobel coming home 2nd. Corey Tolles 3rd. Ian Tilber 4th. Austin Jordan 5th. Justin Greiner 6th. Colin Warren 7th. Neri will be DQ'd. Get ready for Cadet Sportsman. Devin Bowerman setting fast time. Earlier this morning, Devin turning a 59.974. Simon Sykes outside row 1. Simon in the number 22. Simon coming in from the Georgia area. Good little competitor there, Simon Sykes. Starting third, Jason Yarborough out of Jacksonville, Florida in the 24X. Austin Garrison starting fourth. Austin in the 29. Philip Varner starting in the fifth spot. Philip in the 484. Vincenzo Ciriciano will be starting sixth. Mayo Livingston starting in the seventh spot. Seven Pinto, eighth. Ninth will be Devin Buteau. 10th will be Tyler Jordan. Starting in the 11th spot, Theus Ramirez in the 310. Justin Gordon starting 12th. Ian Keel starting 13th. Aiden Keel starting 14th. Des Okobe starting 15th. Hunter Padilla starting 16th. 17th, it'll be James Marsh. Riley Henderson 18th. Jacob Howard 19th. Dylan Denero will be starting 20th. Sasha Branwivo 21st. Sarah Haas starting 22nd. Did not qualify. Colin Schmidt in the number 23. And I want to thank the great folks at North Florida Kart Club up there on 103rd Street, Jacksonville. Visit them online at nfkc.us, featuring club racing with many classes to choose from. So if you're up there in that northern part of Florida, up in Jacksonville, visit them online at nfkc.us. So we're ready to go. 10-lap pre-final for your Cadet Sportsmen. Some great talent here. Devin Bowerman, Simon Sykes, row number 1. Florida driver in the 12. Georgia driver outside row 1. In the 22, no start. And I want to thank the folks at Orlando Kart Center. You visit them online at orlandokartcenter.com. Orlando Kart Center, a new club, local club kart shop there. You visit them online at orlandokartcenter.com. Andre Martin's been working with go-karts for well over 25 years. A great guy. Of course, they've got the track rental. Of course, you want to just have some fun on a go-kart, man, you can just stop right there in Orlando at the orlandokartcenter.com and check them out online. But again, they got a great facility there. Andre Martin doing an outstanding job in there in the Orlando area. Well, second attempt coming around. Cadet Sportsman, they'll come off that final turn 11. Trying to get them to tighten it up now as they come down to the start-finish line. Billy Newberg, head flagger. He likes what he sees, and he'll show him the green. So everybody coming off that turn number 1, that's usually the trouble spot. Everybody coming through there pretty well as they work into that big paperclip turn number 4. So far, heavy traffic. They are bunched up as tight as they can get. We're seeing some side-by-side racing now coming into that turn 5 onto the chicane. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, all the way back pretty well nose to tail. Top 2 drivers, a little bit of separation between 2nd and 3rd as they come off turn number 9. So here comes your leader working into turn number 11 for the very first time, working on our Cadet Sportsman. Got a couple carts looping it off of turn number 11. We'll check them out. Looks like everybody under power. As Jason Yarborough, right now your leader. Garrison second, Bowerman. Ciriciano in that 4th place position. We're seeing a little bit of a gap now between 2nd and that 3rd place cart on back. A pretty good battle early on. Again, Jason Yarborough, Austin Garrison, 1-2. Not even 0.3 of a second. Going to separate 1st and 2nd through the chicane. And you got the 12, Devin Bowerman, your pole sitter, running in that 3rd place position. Pretty well flying solo right now as they come into turn 8. I tell you something, Austin Garrison going to quickly try to make something out of this race. As he heads into turn number 11, he's right on the heels of your leader off turn 11. They're still nose to tail across the strike going into turn number 1. And Austin Garrison, a very crafty driver. And got a couple championships under his belt. He's no stranger here to Homestead. And right now he's on the heels of Jason Yarborough. Jason, a regular up there out of Jacksonville. Jason off to a pretty good start, holds on to that top position. Again, Jason started inside of row 2. Jumped out to that early lead, but he kind of peeks behind his right shoulder. Boy, you've got company right there on your heels. That'll be Austin Garrison. Seve DePinto quietly worked up into the top 5. How about that, Seve DePinto? Qualified 8th, he's in the top 5. Seve DePinto continuing to march his way up toward the front. That'll be the 88, now 4th. Terciano now 5th. Varner 6th. Devin Buteau 7th. Ramirez 8th. Livingston and Justin Gordon rounded out your top 10. So Jason Yarbrough in pursuit. Austin Garrison as they work their way nose to tail into turn number 4. A little separation on the exit. Now Garrison going to go to the inside. Tries the inside. Gets right back in line. Again, looking behind his shoulder. I don't know if it's going to cut any time off or any help there for Yarbrough. He keeps peeking behind his right shoulder. Now Garrison going to try the high side. He gets right back in line on the exit of turn number 8. He'll shoot down into turn 9. Got some good racing behind those drivers. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. As those drivers all pretty well nose to tail. 4th place on back. That'll be Seve DePinto, Terciano, Varner, Ramirez, Devin Buteau, Mayo, Livingston. Those drivers all bunched up as they work their way into turn 11 here at the halfway point. So Justin Yarbrough continue to show the way. Your leaders at every single lap. And the outside row number 1, Simon Sykes, apparently a problem with that card. He's continuing to drop back toward the tail end of the field. Simon qualified outside row number 1. Meantime, Ramirez is going to make a pass now. That'll be the 310. So Ramirez moves up around Terracino. So Matheus moves up into the 6th place position here in lap number 5. Harrison continue to keep the heat on your leader. This will be 6 laps complete this time by. 6 laps complete this time by. Devin Bowerman setting fast time in lap number 5, turns a 52.971. That's a quick lap for him. Again, Jason Yarbrough in pursuit is the 29 of Garrison as they work their way off of turn number 6. And Garrison tried maybe 1 or 2 times to make the pass, but he's not able to get around him. There's Garrison now staying right there. Boy, he is just staying all over Yarbrough as they come off turn number 10. They have that long straightaway between turns 10 and 11 as they come into turn 11. I'm going to tell you something, that number 12 machine, Devin Bowerman, he is definitely closing in on these 2 drivers as they get into turn number 1. So Devin Bowerman continue to close that gap as they check off turn number 1. Bowerman right now 0.6 of a second out of the top spot. He's closing in on Jason Yarbrough and Austin Garrison. Austin may have something else to worry about. He's been working on Yarbrough, but all of a sudden, he's got company, and he's closing in on the back door and the entry through the chicane. How about Devin Bowerman? Again, Devin has set fast time, 52.945. So Bowerman is definitely the quick one out there as he closes in on the top 2. Coming into turn number 8, top 3 drivers nose to tail. So again, Bowerman closes the gap on your top 2 drivers. Just a couple laps ago, he was about a second and a half behind your leaders, and they're nose to tail. This is going to be a great battle. 2 laps to go down the front stretch. Yarbrough, Garrison, and Bowerman nose to tail as they couldn't get any closer off turn 1. Nobody gets out of lane. They stay single file. Austin Garrison, he's pretty much ran the tire tracks of Yarbrough. Now he's going to go to the inside. He's going to make the pass. So new race leader gets it away. Garrison gets around Yarbrough. Now is your new leader. So here in lap number 8, new leader finally getting to rumble. Look at this. They're going to rumble a little bit. Yarbrough. In the meantime, Bowerman's going to take it away here off the chicane. So quite an exciting lap number 8 as Bowerman now your new leader. Devin Bowerman at one point was about 1.1 seconds behind your leader, and he muscles his way in through the chicane. So Tevin Bowerman, now your leader, Garrison, second. Yarborough dropping back in third. White flag up, 1 to go. Austin Garrison, again, Bowerman looks behind his left shoulder. He's got Garrison in his heel. Now Garrison chasing a different leader. This time it's Bowerman in the 12 off turn number 2. Great battle as they come into turn 4. This is the final lap, the money lap, as they come off turn 4. Tevin Bowerman is your leader coming off turn 5. He'll shoot through the chicane. There's your leader. About a cart length going to separate first and second. Yarborough pretty well out of the picture, running third. Garrison goes to the inside. Snatches it away off the exit of turn 7. Now Bowerman again going to go to the inside on the entry to turn 9. Now Bowerman gets it back. Here comes Garrison on the inside. They're side by side off turn number 10 for the win. The drag race going down into turn number 11. Bowerman with the advantage. He'll check off turn number 12. Bowerman pick up the win. Garrison coming home second. Yarborough third. Seve DePinto, good run for Seve coming home fourth. And Checker along with a black flag, so under protest, but an exciting race. So an exciting race. Phil Barner coming home fifth. Bowerman, Garrison, Yarborough, DePinto, and Barner rounding out your top 5 drivers. Great run there. Can you imagine what we're going to see out of the 14-lap feature event later on? Unbelievable. Seen about 3 or 4 different leader changes in the final lap between between Garrison and Tevin Bowerman. But some great racing. I'll tell you something, Yarborough had a solid run there pretty much the entire race. And then Tevin Bowerman said, I'm going to mix this thing up, and he certainly got in there. Closed the gap after trailing by 1.1 seconds, and he moves in. And it comes on, picks up the win. So Bowerman, your winner, Garrison, Yarborough, DePinto, and Varner, your top 5. A little break in the action, a great run there by our cadet sportsman. We'll move on to our shifter class. We'll correct, that'll be Yamaha class, Yamaha Junior. I did have that correct. We'll be moving on to our shifters. Ryan Smith will be ICC driver, the number 98 on the pole. Master driver Chad Walton will be outside row 1, row 2. ICC driver Michael Elliott will be starting 4th. Master driver Jamie Smith will be starting 4th. Stock motor driver Colleen Smith starting 5th. 6th will be Chris Krepthorpe, who did not qualify. Break in the action. We get ready for our shifters class. Again, I want to welcome those folks joining us around the country, around the world. We'll be enjoying the broadcasts that come down from Homestead, Miami, race number 1 with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Wow, what a cadet sportsman race that was. Outstanding run. Tevin Bowerman, boy, what a great run there. Jason Yarborough and Austin Garrison, great competitors. I love watching those kids race. Going to see a lot of racing out of these youngsters as they continue to get into racing over the years, but exciting racing for those 3 drivers. Seve DePinto, a great run for Seve, getting a top 5 finish. And I want to thank the great folks at Race 430 and cart sales, service, support, rental, cart rental available. And Race 4 offers cart storage. Those who don't want to tow your cart to the track, you can visit them online at race-sport.net. That's race-sport.net. Also want to welcome in Cal Development Incorporated Services. The company specializes in construction of new banking facilities, interior built-outs, renovations, and new construction of custom-built homes. Again, visit them online at caldevelopment.com. That's caldevelopment.com. Appreciate those folks joining us here in the 2011 season here with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Also, thanks to Speedon Communications, race radio systems, race receivers, race scanners, on device, all kinds of things you need. Again, if you just want to check them out, speedcomracing.com, speedcomracing.com. Also want to thank DPI Racing, of course, their Superstore. That's DPISuperstore.com, and whatever parts you need, you got them. Just go online, check them out, DPISuperstore.com. Tires, wheels, steering components, lubricants, chains, apparel, whatever your needs are. Again, that is DPISuperstore.com. Of course, want to welcome the folks on Vortex Engines. Again, you can visit their official website, vortex-engines.com. Take a look at all the new engines. Boy, they got some great things on their website. Again, you punch up the website, you look for the closest dealer, want to check out all the news, everything they got going on. Again, at Vortex Engines, their website, vortex-engines.com. So you racers, if you've had a problem where you may have a frame that might possibly be bent or may need some work on your frame, well, Perazino, Chassis Jig, they'll take a look at your frame absolutely free right here at the track. That's right, Perazino, Chassis Jig, they'll look at your cart right here at the track, check it, see if it is got any damage on that frame, maybe be a little twisted or something, but they can check it out absolutely free. That's right, absolutely free. And if you may want to do something down the road, give them a call, 954-366-8641. Perazino Chassis Jig, absolutely free. Have your chassis checked free. Harvest Motorsports, special thanks to those folks helping us out here in the 2011 season. Well, just a couple to get recovered here. We'll get ready to roll into your shifters. Yeah, that'll be followed by Easy Kart 100. As we get prepared for our shifter, again, special thanks to the Kart Tuner. Again, please enjoy a free copy of Kart Tuner. Unique application for iPhone, iPad Touch, iPad can help you find that perfect setup for the real-world kart racing. Kart Tuner's unique drill down tuning guide will help you diagnose and correct handling problems based on the kart's handling characteristics. Features include an interactive tuning guide, customizable gear ratio chart, track database, weather calculator, and much, much more. You can visit them online at karttuner.com. That's karttuner.com. Shifter karts going to make their way out. Ryan Smith in your ICC shifter class. Ryan turning fast time, 47.361. Micah Elliott second. Third will be Chris Grepthorpe. He did not qualify. I'm not sure Chris will make it out here for this event. In your Masters class, Chad Walden fast time, 47.963. Jamie Smith second. In your stock moto, again, we did not have times on the stock moto drivers, Colleen Smith and you in the number 44. We're working on our shifter class, 3 groups out here in your shift. There's the Easy Cart 100, that'll be our next group. Easy Cart 100, we'll have them on the grid up next. Ag Heavy KF2, they'll be in for their 10-lap pre-final of the afternoon. So the meal will come to a complete stop. Chris Repthorpe making out in that 79. Chris did not qualify in the ICC shifter qualifying. So Billy Newberg will get them lined up and ready to go. He'll take that process and get them lined up. Race director Glenn Biggs there, getting them set to go. So Billy will get his position. Again, go through that process. He'll raise that arm up. Got them all ready to roll as they'll get ready your shifters. 10-lap pre-final. So Glenn will get them across. Billy will put the arm out, raises the arm up high, shows the green. We're off the line, ready to go. Shifters taking a green flag. They'll work their way into turn number 1 for the very first time. And 3 groups of shifters, again, ICC, Masters, and Stock Moto. Field continue to work their way around for lap number 1. A little wobble there on your leader. That's going to cost them that top position. Is Chris Repthorpe going to take advantage of that? So Repthorpe taking advantage. A little slip up there by Ryan Smith. And Ryan Smith, along with Repthorpe, one of your ICC drivers. So Smith came off turn number 10. That started a little wobbly at him. And Repthorpe right there to walk in the door. So Chris Repthorpe up front, overall leader. Chris in your ICC class. And Smith will be docked 1 spot for jumping the start. Again, that will be the number 98, Ryan Smith. Will be docked 1 position for jumping the start. And right now, he's running second as he watches Chris Repthorpe check out. But Chris is just flying right along, heading into turn number 11. There's Repthorpe across the line, heads into turn number 1. Chris Repthorpe early on, your leader. Smith running second. Again, your ICC driver, Elliott, will be in that 4th position. Stock Masters, Waldron is your leader. And you got the 488, that'll be Jamie Smith. Jamie second in the Masters class, Stock Moto. You in the number 44, Smith in the number 17. Those are 2 Stock Moto drivers. So Repthorpe right now, overall fast lap, 46.064. Chris did not qualify earlier this morning for this event. Not wasting any time, lap number 1. Boy, he just jumped right on that. Slip there by Smith, and he continues to break away. Here comes Repthorpe. Head down into turn number 11. There's your leader. Chris heading into turn number 1. Opens up a decent lead right now. 3.3 second lead for Chris Repthorpe. Chris turning a 46.026 on that previous lap for Chris Repthorpe. So Chris moving right along.
With this thing on my okay, what is this? I don't know what this is. These are the wrong side of tolls. Huh. Okay, there was 4 total things in there. Maybe just the 1.
Yeah, 1 was 525.
Okay.
Well, Chris Repthorpe cycled around lap number 4. All right, now coming across the line, 8 seconds behind your leader. Chris Repthorpe again turning fast left. Chris Grepthorpe just turned a 45.651 here in lap number 4. Likewise, when he qualified in the other class, Grepthorpe continued to get stronger and stronger as he moved along. And right now, Chris Grepthorpe with an 8-second lead. Again, over Elliott as they work their way around the track. So traffic stretching out as Grepthorpe continued to break away from the field. Chris now heads off turn number 10. He'll head down into turn 11. Chris now with a almost 8.5 second lead now as he picks up the halfway sign. Now there's your leader going down into turn number 1. Chris Grepthorpe. He is just checking out on Elliott. And Elliott, your ICC driver. There's the halfway sign. In the meantime, Ryan Smith picks up the tail end of the field now. I believe something's gone sour on that car, so Smith dropping out. So Ryan Smith drops out. So just over the halfway sign, Chris Grepthorpe, your race leader. Chris started outside of row number 1. Actually started inside of row number 2, and he jumped out to that early lead coming off turn number 10. Here's Chris now working into turn 11. There's your leader. Chris Grepthorpe coming across the line, heads into turn number 1. Chris now turning fast lap 45.634 here in lap 6. So as the laps keep going, Grepthorpe gets faster and faster. Second place machine, that'll be Elliott, Michael Elliott, in the number 4, 11.6 seconds behind your leader. Chad Waldron, your Masters leader. Chad with a 47.513. Chad Waldron, that'll be your Masters leader. Stock Moto, that'll be the number 44. So I'll lay you in the number 44 is your leader in Stock Moto. We continue to work our way around. Grepthorpe continue to cycle around. We'll be working on lap number 7. Coming up next, it'll be Easy Current 100. It'll be next Tag Heavy KF2. We're going to see some good racing out of the Tag Heavy KF2 class. Yamaha Sportsman still coming up. So a lot of races still here as we work our way into our pre-finals of the afternoon. Finals will be 14 laps. All of our drivers, except for the Kid Cuts, they'll go for 5 laps. So Chris Grepthorpe up to about 13.5 second lead. Picking up him off turn number 10 at long straightaway between turns 10 and 11. Exit off turn 11. There he is. He comes across the line. 2 laps to go. This time by for Grepthorpe. 2 to go. So Chris Grepthorpe, 2 laps to go. Elliott in that second position. Elliott now coming across the line about 15.6 seconds behind your leader. So Grepthorpe continuing to open up that lead. 15.6 second lead. So Billy Newberg going to show him the white flag. We'll send him around one more time. Chris Grepthorpe. Chris going wire to wire in your ICC class. Stock Moto, again, your race leader there. Leading the 44 continues to be the leader there. That'll be your Stock Moto leader. Stock Masters, Chad Waldron. Chad has led every single lap in your Master class. As Grepthorpe, overall leader, comes off turn number 8. Oh, there's Grepthorpe now working his way into that final turn. So Chris Grepthorpe going to go wire to wire. He'll seal the deal. Coming off second, that'll be Michael Elliott in your ICC shifter class. Chad Waldron will flip-flop again, so we'll correct that again. Chad Waldron will be your Masters winner. He picks up that win. He'll finish second overall, but he'll be your Masters winner. Elliott will finish second ICC. And lead with the number 44, that will be your stock moto winner. So there it is, shifters in the book for their pre-final of the afternoon. So rolling out now, easy card 100. Here's how we will line them up. Tim Venable on the pole, the number 26. Turning a great qualifying lap, 48.108. It's going to be tough to track him down. Cody Snap in the number 8. Cody turning a 50.659. About 2.5 seconds difference between the top two carts. Cody will be starting outside row 1. Emily Forehand will be starting third. Starting fourth, Brian Lockwood. Fifth, it'll be Mason Carroll. Your top 5 drivers ready to go. Easy cart 100. It'll be 10 laps. Yeah, Tim Venable, he's going to be tough to beat here as he's inside row number 1. He'll head off turn number 10. So here they come side by side. Billy Newberg going to look him over. Goes down from the start-finish line as he watches the field come off turn 11. They're side by side, gets him nice and tight. Creed is out. He likes what he sees. Boy, they're going to go 3 wide on the entry to turn number 1. Now they'll shake him down single file. Still side by side for the top spot. Look at the battle up front. Early on, they are side by side. Now your leader going to drop back at least 1 spot. So some good racing up front. So your leader, Tim Venable, coming right out of there, smelling like a rose as he checks through the chicane. I don't think the rest of the field wanted to see that at all. Brian Lockwood will move up into that 2nd spot. We'll put him back to 3rd. So Brian Lockwood 3rd as he continues to work up toward the front. But again, Venable, what a start for him as he jumps out to an early lead. Leader picks up the green flag. They'll come across the line. So Tim Venable showing muscle ready. A 2.2 second lead over Cody Snap. Brian Lockwood running 3rd. Emily Forehand and Mason Carroll, your top 5. And as we talked about qualifying, Venable qualified with a 48.108. 2.5 seconds ahead of Cody Snap. Forehand qualified 3rd. Lockwood 4th. Mason Carroll qualified 5th. But I guess the point of it is qualifying with a 2.5 second gap between 1st and 2nd. What a difference between those 2 drivers. And right now, Venable, he's not wasting any time. Tim's starting to check out. He's on the entry to turn 11. There's Tim now, checks into turn 11. He'll come off turn 11, comes across the line. There's your leader, heading into turn number 1. And leading lap number 2. Brian Lockwood, 3.1 seconds behind your leader. So we'll see if Tim Venable can get anywhere near that qualifying lap of a 48.108. Right now he's turned a 49.174. Brian Lockwood sitting at second spot, 3.1 seconds behind your leader. Emily Schnapp sitting in that third position, 4 seconds out of the top spot. Emily Forey, fourth, she's 6.4 seconds out. And Mason Carroll, 9 seconds out of the top spot. So traffic stretching out your leader and continue to hold the 3.1 second lead as traffic continues to stretch out. Tim Venable off turn 11. There's your leader across the line. Tim doing a lot of racing up there in the Monticello area. Well, makes his home up at that track along with Brian Lockwood. Brian, another guy from up in Monticello. Well, traffic stretching out. Right now your leader carrying a 3.2 second lead. Now we're seeing the two drivers getting that 48-second bracket. How about Tim Venable? 48.811 on that previous lap. Brian Lockwood turns a 48.857. So Brian Lockwood moving right along, and unfortunately he's got himself in a pretty deep hole, 3.2 seconds behind your leader. But again, turning a 48.857 for Brian Lockwood. And once Tim Venable gets up front, he's turning on that pole position. They kind of bunched him up as they came off turn number 1. Tim getting away from that melee, and he quickly broke up to a fast lead. Right now, he's carrying a 3.4 second lead over second place car to 13 of Brian Lockwood. There's Brian coming off turn number 6. Your leader comes off turn 5. Correct that Lockwood now into turn number 5, comes to the chicane. I'm ahead of myself there, but Lockwood comes into turn number 8. Still trailing by just about 3.5 seconds now as your leader comes into turn number 10. 7/10 of a mile here at Homestead Karting. Boy, Venable just moving right along. He'll pick up the halfway sign. Tim started on the pole position. Just turned a 48.416 here in lap number 5. So halfway leader, Tim Venable, 3.6 seconds ahead of Brian Lockwood. Cody Schnapp. Brian Lockwood holding on to that second place position, unable to really gain any ground. Again, Brian's turned some pretty good times, 48.562. So pretty good run there for Brian Lockwood as he works his way around. So traffic stretching out. There's your leader, Venable, across the line. He completes 6 laps. Here comes Brian Lockwood across the line. Brian, 3.8 seconds behind your leader. He still cannot shave any time off that gap, but he's been pretty consistent lap after lap. Again, these two drivers both in that 48-second bracket. Venable with 48.416. Brian Lockwood 48.562. Brian Lockwood about 3.8 seconds behind your leader. Again, a couple drivers have been competing for some time against each other up in Monticello, and we'll actually be making a stop up there later this year. So traffic stretching out for your race leader as we work our way through our pre-finals of the afternoon here at Homestead Karting. Tag Heavy KF2, they're coming up next to the two combined groups together. Then we'll wrap it up with our Yamaha Sportsman for our pre-finals. And we'll take just a quick break, get into our national anthem, and we'll move on to our finals of the afternoon. Again, your leader heads off turn number 11. Well, there's your leader now as they work around. Again, Brian Lockwood, 3.6 seconds behind your leader. Bill going to pick up 2 laps to go this time by. Got both sticks in hand. Dan Venable going to check off turn number 11. Here he comes. 2 laps to go this time by. So Venable wire to wire. Nobody's able to touch him. And he punched up off turn number 1 and lap number 1. Well, Venable completes his 8th lap right now, 3.3 second lead. So actually, Brian Lockwood had a little bit of time off. Still trailing by 3.3 seconds. Again, 48.321 for Brian Lockwood. That is overall fast time here in this race. But unfortunately, Tim Venable jumped out to an early lead, and that's just a little bit too much for your leader to catch him. So Lockwood unable to bring him in, so white flag going to hang out. One more trip around for Tim Venable, going wire to wire. Lockwood across the start-finish line, still trailing by 3.1 seconds. And again, Brian Lockwood turning his fast lap at lap number 7, turned to 48.321. In lap 5, Tim Venable turned to 48.416. So again, all of a sudden we're seeing a little action here as the white flag drops coming off at turn number 11. That'll be the number 99, Emily Foray and Mason Carroll. How about this little race for 4th place? They'll check off turn number 1. Those two drivers kind of separated, kind of peeked up their nose to tail now as they head into turn number 4. Tim Venable pick up the win. He crosses the line. Ryan Lockwood comes home second, 4 seconds behind your leader. Cody Sapp coming around. Cody looking to pick up that 3rd spot. Look at this battle for 4th place. Mason Carroll gets around Forhay for that position. So Mason Carroll jumps up into 4th. Emily Forhay will drop back to 5th. That's that battle now as they're coming into turn number 9. They're still battling as they head into turn 10. So Mason Carroll 4th, Emily Forhay is in the top 5 as they come into turn number 11. So Mason Carroll, they'll pick up that spot. Mason going to raise that right hand, picks up 4th. Emily Forhay rounding out your top 5. So Tim Venable goes wire to wire, comes home with a 4-second gap over Brian Lockwood, Cody Snap, Mason Carroll, and Emily Forhay rounding out your Easy Card 100 free final. We're ready to go. This will be your tag heavy KF2 class. Dominic LaMotta, your KF2 overall fast time. John Dalton's running fast time tag heavy. So pretty good start as the field works their way through turn number 4 for the very first time. They'll head down into the turn number 5. They'll head through the chicane. So Dominic LaMotta now up front. Got to take a large chassis. He's got a good run there going as he works his way up turn number 8. The rest of the traffic pretty well starting to stretch out now. There's your leader. Again, it's your KF2 tag heavy class. Dominic LaMotta, your KF2 driver. See a little exchange now for that third place position overall. That'll be Chris Krepthorpe. Chris moving up into third. We'll change that to Ricardo Donis in the 79. We'll put him up to third. We'll correct it. It'll be Ricardo in the 79. So he'll slide into that third spot as they work into turn 4. So Dominic LaMotta up front. Tom Morey in at number 34. That'll be your second place car. Ricardo Donis in the 79 running third. Danny Colelli running fourth. They'll head through the chicane. Here comes your leader again. Dominic setting fast time earlier this morning on ankle guard as he heads down into turn number 1. Trying to do this running third. Danny Colelli fourth. Peter Pastano in the top 5. Then Peter Pastano, KF2 class, sits in the top 5. There's your leader, Dominic LaMotta, continues to stretch it out. Dominic turning fast time. Turns a 47.525. And John Dalton currently overall running in an 8th position. Again, Tom, excuse me, John starting 6th overall. Again, he's fast time and tag heavy. Turned a 49.613. Three laps to bleed. Dominic still holding on to the top position, carrying a full second lead. Ricardo Donis running second as they work their way into turn number 3. Trap stretching out. Here comes your leader. Starts into that chicane. Four laps complete. Dominic LaMotta right now opens up a 1.5 second lead.
Leader next time around halfway, Billy. Leader next time around is halfway.
So Dominic continues to break away from the field and head off to turn number 4. He got a 1.5 second lead. Ricardo Donis running third. Colelli running fourth. Peter Pastano in the top 5. And John Dalton, that will be your tag heavy leader. John Dalton will be your tag heavy leader. That will flip-flop. That'll be Emily Lander now will be the leader. And John Dalton will drop the second in your tag heavy. So Emily Lander is now your tag heavy leader with Dalton second. Five laps in, 5 to go. We're halfway through it. Your free final. Dominic LaMotta's led every single lap here as he closes in on 6 laps next time by for Dominic. And he has led every single lap. He's turned fast time in lap number 4, turned to 47.042. So Dominic moving right along. Got a couple of cars making their way off the track. There's Dominic now. Going to cross that line. 6 laps complete. Already Tom in the 34, 3.7 seconds behind the leader. Dunas, Colelli, and Peter Pastano, your top 5. Tag heavy continue to be Emily Lander, your overall leader in tag heavy, currently 6th down the speedway. Emily Lander holding on to the top spot. That is your tag heavy leader. Again, Emily Lander in that 209. Lana still 3.7 second lead. Maury running second. Dunas, Galelli, and Peter Pisano your top 5. And those are all KF2 drivers. Tag heavy, continue to see Emily Lander hold on to that top position. Emily in the 209, again, that will be your tag heavy leader. Dominic going to come up on slower traffic on the entry to turn number 1. Opens up a 4.6 second lead for Dominic LaMotta. Dominic doing an outstanding job on Aguilar as he continues to work his way around the speedway. Well, your top 5, Dominic LaMotta starting on that pole position. He led every single lap. Dominic now working his way around, running in that second place position. Tom Ulrich down about 5 seconds behind your leader. Ricardo Dunas third, Galelli and Peter Pisano. KF2 drivers, Lander and John Dalton. That'll be your 2 top drivers for your tag heavy. Lander, your leader in tag heavy. 2 laps to go this time by, working on your final 2 to go. So Dominic LaMotta on Aguilar moving right along. Youngster, a great racer, been watching him at the Florida Karate Championship Series for many years. Did some car racing over the years. And good to see him back here at Homestead running with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Great guy, great young man, a nice kid. And he'll pick up the white flag. There it is, 1 to go. Dominic LaMotta, 1 more trip around, going wire to wire. And Emily Lander still your tag heavy leader, currently running 5th. Emily, your tag heavy leader. Again, John Dalton 2nd in your tag heavy class. So we'll be looking for that checker flag. Is Dominic LaMotta going to cycle around for the final time? Boy, he wobbles off of turn number 10. Kind of started dancing around. I believe he was in control of that. And he'll pick up the win. So Dominic LaMotta, a little wobble there off turn 10. He picks up the victory. Dominic, your winner, goes wire to wire. Picks up a 6.5 second lead over Tom Mulreed. Doing his third, Peter Pistano. And Danny Colelli rounding out your top 5. Emily Lander going to seal up the deal for the tag heavy class. So Emily Lander picks up the win, tag heavy. John Dalton will come home 2nd. But overall winner, Dominic LaMotta, goes wire to wire and picks up the win. So great start here on Sunday for Dominic LaMotta. Again, qualified with a 47.288. Started on that pole position, led every single lap here in the 10-lap pre-final.
Let me put like this.
Extra fence on these stands, Mike. last pre-final of the afternoon. This will be Yamaha Sportsman. Jason Yarborough, Jacksonville, Florida driver, on the pole position. Lance Ramirez in the 310 outside row 1. Simon Sykes coming out of Georgia. Simon starting inside row 2. Austin Garrison in the 29 starting 4th. Vincenzo Soriano scheduled 5th. Tyler Jordan scheduled in that 6th spot. This will be Yamaha Sportsman. And special thanks to our series sponsors here in 2011. AndersonRacePark.com will be out there in March for our second event for the 2011 season here with the Florida Karting Championship Series. And services, information, race driver training programs, team building, group event planning, open karting testing programs, garage rentals, track information, whatever you need. You just go to the website, AndersonRacePark.com. Also, I want to thank the folks at Ocala Grand Prix, George and the group up there, official Tony Kart distributor. Of course, they've got the Arrive and Drive program at Ocala Grand Prix. Of course, racing kart sales, service, parts, whatever they need to keep your kart running. And it's the Ocala Grand Prix. You can check them out online, OcalaGrandPrix.com. Well, final pre-final of the afternoon, our last pre-final. This will be Yamaha Sportsman. Yamaha Sportsmen are going to make their way out. We're ready to go. Final. Pre-final of the afternoon. Yamaha Sportsman. Jason Yarborough, Ramirez, row number 1. Looking to go green. It's out. Bill likes what he sees. They'll take their way into turn number 1. And Jason Yarborough out of Jacksonville as they work their way single file into turn number 2. Boy, heavy traffic. Pretty good nose-to-tail racing off of turn number 4. Now we're seeing a little bit of shuffling going on for position. Field comes off turn 5. They'll go through the chicane. Ramirez is going to drop back 1 spot as a 22 machine. Of Simon Sykes. How about the Georgia driver sliding into 2nd? Ramirez dropping back into that 3rd place position. Austin Garrison right there in the mix. So they work their way into turn number 10. They'll exit off turn. Got a long straightaway between turns 10 and 11. They'll head into turn 11. Your race leader, Yarborough, opens up about a 5-kart lane lead on lap number 1. There's Yarborough across the line. Ramirez going to look to the inside of Simon Sykes going into turn 1. And Ramirez going to clear him as they come through turn number 1. So Ramirez moves up into that 2nd place position.
We only have a four. FKCS?
Simon Sykes sits 3rd. Again, Simon coming out of Georgia. He sits there 3rd. Really 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th nose to tail. Trying to run down your leader, Jason Yarborough. Jason about 0.8 of a second lead now off turn number 8. Now we're seeing Simon Sykes going to go to the inside. As they continue to battle, him and Garrison going to flip-flop for position. Sykes won crisscrossed over, and he watches Garrison come by. So Simon Sykes drops back a spot. That's Garrison on the move. So Austin Garrison now 3rd. So we're seeing some good racing here from 2nd on back. There's Yarborough across the line. Ramirez running 2nd. Garrison now 3rd. Simon Sykes going to drop back to 4th. Cerciano going to be 5th. 6th, it'll be Tyler Jordan. 3rd, 4th, and 5th pretty well nose to tail. Ramirez starting to break away now. He's got about a half a second going to separate him. And 3rd place machine of Austin Garrison. Austin's got his hands full as they are nose to tail. Garrison, Sykes, and Cerciano all nose to tail. You're going to see that move again. Here comes Sykes, going to take 3rd, coming into the chicane. So Simon Sykes now 3rd. Good racing. That'll be 3rd, 4th, 5th. Simon Sykes now running in that 3rd place position. Garrison back to 4th. Cerciano 5th. They'll work their way into turn number 11. Yarborough, again, your leader, about a full second lead over Ramirez. Now take a look at timing and scoring. Ramirez just turned fast lap with a 53.539. He's a second behind your leader. So Ramirez digging hard, trying to bring in your leader. Then you got the third, fourth, and fifth place cars nose to tail. Sykes, Garrison, and Saraceno nose to tail through the chicane. Those drivers need to work together if they want to bring in Ramirez as they come into turn number 9. But again, Jason Yarborough's got a full second lead over Ramirez. Remember, Ramirez turning fast lap with a 53.539. 4 laps complete, this time by 4 complete as they come into turn number 1. Third, fourth, and fifth still a nose-to-tail battle. Sykes, Garrison, and Saraceno as they go nose-to-tail off turn number 1. Good battle there. Boy, that's for third place. That one's going to come down to the wires. We're moving in on the halfway point. Again, Jason Yarborough has led every single lap so far.
Next time around halfway, Billy.
He go around by himself, David, with the help. Not by himself, but he really had an upstate reaction. Almost the guys behind him.
So the 22 looping it by himself. That'll be Simon Sykes. So Simon got to watch traffic come by. He'll pick up the tail end of the field. So driver in contention here for the top 3 positions in that podium. And again, he loops it by himself. So traffic comes by. Simon Sykes will pick up the halfway side. So halfway through it. Thanks. So traffic stretching out as your leader works into turn number 4. Again, race leader's been hitting every lap. Jason Yarborough. So there's your leader, Yarborough through the chicane. Ramirez still about 1.5 seconds behind your leader. So actually, Jason Yarborough's opened up a little bit more distance between first and second. Running in that third place position could be Austin Garrison. Now Saraceno running 4th. So Senzio in the top 4 like to get a podium run here this afternoon. And this field working on the last pre-final of the afternoon. There's your leader, Jason Yarborough. Jason's led every single lap as he comes across the line. 1.4 second lead now for Jason Yarborough. So just a 1/10 of a second shaved off for Ramirez. Senzo doing a great job. Well, he's working over the 29 of Austin Garrison. That's for third place. And Austin holding them off as those 2 drivers head into turn number 9. There's your leader off turn number 10. So Jason Yarborough looking to go wire to wire. He'll exit off turn 11. This will be 7 complete this time by. There he is across the line. Ramirez running second, 1.3 seconds behind your leader. So Ramirez unable to shave any time off that gap. Again, Jason Yarborough now turning fast time 53.278 to then at lap number 4. So Jason Yarborough turning fast time.
Facebook Olympic. 1, 10.
Still noticing the bigger part, the driver puts his head all the way down and bringing it back down. I know yesterday you said he doesn't put your head all the way down, but he does. He brings it right back up and he puts his head all the way down.
We'll see 2 laps to go. Jason Yarborough looking to go wire to wire. And Yarborough qualified on the pole position. And he heads off turn number 1 about 7/10 of a second. Now Ramirez actually has shaved about 4/10 of a second off that gap. So Ramirez has just turned fast lap 53.256 for Ramirez. So which was about a 1.4 second gap is now closed up to about a cart length and a half coming into the chicane. Good battle now off turn 5. Yarborough, all of a sudden company sneaking in that back door as they come through the chicane. Again, Ramirez turning a 53.256 here on his previous lap. We'll see if Ramirez has enough to bring him in. We'll see the white flag when they cycle around, this time by Ramirez, getting a good run coming into turn 11. There's Ramirez as they come off turn 11. White flag up, 1 to go. Ramirez within a half a cut length going into turn number 1. Yarbrough knows he's there as they come off turn 1. Ramirez right on his bumper on the exit of turn number 2. Ramirez peeks in the inside. Fast side of it on the entry to turn 3. Now Yarbrough all of a sudden waiting his final lap. He's starting to get worked over as they come off turn 4. Jason Yarbrough, Jacksonville, Florida driver. Coming into turn 5, they'll come through the chicane. Ramirez about a cart length behind your leaders. They head into turn 6, turn 7. Now they're coming to turn number 8. Still separated, not even a half a cart length. Seeing a good battle for third. Austin Garrison going to take that spot away. Austin Garrison now third. Gets around Vincenzo. In the meantime, Ramirez final turn. Here they come. They're going to go side by side. Yarbrough going to protect the low side to come off turn 11. Dan Ramirez going to wobble, going to cost him, and Yarbrough goes wire to wire. Austin Garrison flip-flopping for that third spot, and they're side by side across the line. Garrison picks up third. Vincenzo fourth. Simon Sykes and Tyler Jordan. So there's your winner. Jason Yarbrough picks up the win. Ramirez comes on second. Garrison, Sarciano, Sykes, and Jordan.
Turn 5, did you pick up the camera up?
Yes, I did, but the driver came by.
So we're just going to take a quick break for our workers. Again, we'll get set for our finals of the afternoon.
All right,
Our kid carts will be up first for their final of the afternoon. They'll 5 laps, and then we'll move on to Rotex Junior. Again, those folks join us online, FKCS streaming. Again, we'll take just a quick break, and we'll get back to our finals. And want to say a special welcome to those folks joining us online, FKCS Live, and we're ready to go for our finals of the afternoon. And we'll get our kid car drivers out there. They'll get them rolling for their 5-lap final event. We'll move on to Rotex Junior. Tag will go 16 laps. Yamaha Junior, Cadet Sportsman, Shifters ICC. Again, we'll be in there with Masters and Stock Moto. Easy Kart 100, Tag Heavy KF2, and Yamaha Sportsman. So we're ready to rock and roll as we get moving on into our finals of the afternoon. It's still playing.
You haven't replayed it a second time?
You might want to turn it off. And special thanks to all of our sponsors helping us out here. Of course, the great folks at Raza Racing, of course, Harvest Motorsports, Roken Racing, Henry Concrete. You got those folks helping us out here in the 2011 racing season. Of course, great folks at DPI Superstore. If you're on the market for any parts, well, they got them all. Go online at dpisuperstore.com. And special thanks to our series sponsors here in the 2011 racing season. Great folks at Anderson Race Park. You can visit them online at andersonracepark.com. Or some race driver training programs, team building, group event planning, or open karting testing programs. They got it all. Just give them a call at 941-723-3900 or visit them online at andersonracepark.com. Of course, special thanks to George and the great folks at O'Kell Grand Prix. Official Tony Kart Distributor. Carrying all the racing carts, parts, sales, whatever your needs are. They got repairs there. And, of course, they've got that need to fill that speed. Again, cut out for the Arrive and Drive program at the Ocala Grand Prix. Just visit them online at ocalagrandprix.com. So youngsters getting ready to come out, ages 5 to 7. They'll offer 5 laps, non-competitive class. Of course, these drivers are not scored. They're not on transponders. A great opportunity for the youngsters to get used to the tracks and learn all the flags. Again, these are youngsters ages 5 to 7. See, it's Freeberry in the number 5. And Henry in the number 12. Joe Nunez in the 24. Arden Orr in the 27. Jaden Larson in the 36. Reese Gold scheduled in the 55. Kaylee Jorge in the 55. Trevor Dankman in the 62. Cortez Diego in the 88. Katie Johnson in the 114. Bernardo in the number 4. Again, these are kid car drivers making their way out. They'll go for 5 laps, and then we'll kick it off. We'll get down to business with your Rotex Junior. They'll go for 14 laps. Rotex Junior, Tag will follow them. And Rotex Junior, they're up next. You're followed by Tag. So moving right along, I want to welcome those folks joining us online. FKCS.com, and of course you just go to the website and we'll correct that, FLWKSprintSeries.com, and you can hit that link, FKCS Live Streaming. So hopefully you're joining us around the world, around the country. Got folks all around the United States chiming in, and so type in your questions, comments. We'll try to get those answered for you. But again, we appreciate you tuning in as we are in race number 1, race weekend number 1.
Maybe a couple, 300 or 400 times, and you might get it by June. Can you read my writing?
5-lap run here for our kid carts And then we will move on to our finals. Again, Rotex Jr. will go for 14 laps. Again, Rotex Jr. Oliver Askew, he was your winner in the pre-final. Had a great run. Oliver Askew, Colin Warren finishing second, Sarah Metcalf third. Jeffrey Lamprey finishing in the fourth spot. Dylan Bucci getting the top 5 in our Rotex Jr. Pre-final in our tag, it was Andrew Evans picking up the victory. Chris Upthorpe coming home second. Street of Oregon finishing third. Brandon Sellier fourth. Michael Malakan getting the top 5 finish in your tag. Semi-final in your Yamaha Junior. Skylar Robinson, boy, the kid from Georgia, been on a tear all weekend long, looking to make it picture perfect. Again, Skylar clean house on Saturday, and he's turned up a pretty good run here today. He's on the pole position for our final event. Derek Solo will be second, Corey Tolles third. Ian Tilber and Austin Jordan finishing 4th and 5th in their pre-final. In our cadet sportsman, Austin Garrison picked up the victory in the pre-final. Jason Yarbrough, been a pretty good run today for Jason, finishing second. Devin Bowerman third. Seve DePinto and Philip Berner rounded out your top 5. That is your pre-final cadet sportsman. In our shifters, ICC shifters, Chris Kepthorpe, your winner. In masters, it was Chad Waldron and Stock Moto. Sean Ledoux in the 44 picking up that win. That will be your Stock Moto winner. Other pre-finals here this afternoon. In your Easy Card 100, Tim Venable. Tim just really checked out on the field. Came home with a victory with over 4-second gap between him and Brian Lockwood. A couple guys do a lot of racing up there in Monticello. Cody Snap finishing third. Mason Carroll and Emily Forhay rounded out your top 5. That's your top 5 finishers in Easy Card. In your tag, heavy KF2 with top 5 in KF2. Dominic LaManna. Dominic qualifying on the top position. He picked up the win. Tom Morey finishing second. Ricardo Dunas finishing third. Peter Postano finishing 4th. And Danny Colelli rounding out your top 5 KF2 class. In your tag heavy this afternoon, in the pre-final, Emily Lander picked up the win. John Dalton finishing second. George Metcalf third. Angela Soto finishing 4th. Dan Pinkston rounded out your top 5 in your tag heavy pre-final. And our final run of the afternoon was your Yamaha sportsman, Jason Yarbrough, picked up the win. Jason coming home with a win over Ramirez. I think it's Ramirez, 7/10 of a second behind your winner. Austin Garrison finishing third. Vincenzo finishing in that 4th spot. Saraceno had a pretty good run. And Simon Sykes, the Georgia driver, rounded out your top 5. So there's your rundown in our pre-finals as we're continuing to work on our kid carts as they cycle around for the final time, ages 5 to 7. Non-competitive class scores. These drivers are not scored. Just a beautiful afternoon down here in South Florida. Again, I want to welcome those folks online. FKCS live streaming. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast no matter where you're at around the country, around the world. As we kick off race weekend number 1 here with the Florida Karting Championship Series. First of 6 races for our 2011 racing season. And we're going to make several stops as we work our way up through the state of Florida, all the way up to Monticello, up to the Tallahassee, Florida area. Also going to make a stop at the 103rd Street Complex up there in Jacksonville. A great, exciting track. Ocala Grand Prix. Also, race number 2, that'll be at the Anderson Race Park Complex. That'll be coming up in March. That'll be race number 2. Of course, it'll be a new track down in the Fort Myers area. So we get race number 1 out of 6 races here at the Florida Karting Championship Series. Weather-wise, it's been an outstanding weekend here in South Florida. We're down here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. And right here, just outside of the Speedway, we get a great view here of the track. And really great facility. Of course, a lot of events go on here at the Miami Homestead Speedway, including NASCAR. We'll still be down, I believe. They'll end their season down here again, as they do every year. A lot of racing going on here. They got racing pretty much the entire year at the Homestead Miami Speedway, and a great facility, beautiful track. I know the last couple of years ago they It's about 5-6 years ago. They changed the banking inside the track there and made some more banking. But great facility there here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. So cycling around, we'll pick up the white flag for the kid car drivers. We'll make it around one more time. And we'll get ready for our first final of the afternoon, Rotex Junior. And Rotex Junior will be our first group. They'll go for 14 laps. Drivers ready to go in the pit areas for our Rotex Junior. Rotex Junior will be up first, and we will follow them with a 16-lap tag race, and that should be an exciting one. Andrew Evans, Chris Grepthorpe. They'll be in row number 1 for that tag final. And Chris Grepthorpe set fast time earlier. And Chris started on the pole position with Andrew Evans outside row 1. They went into turn 1. They got bunched up, and Chris got hung up in traffic there, dropped from 1st to 4th. But fought back, coming home with a second-place finish in that tag class. But it's going to be a great battle there. I know Chris is going to be ready to roll. Outstanding racer Chris Grepthorpe comes out of Loops, Florida, just north of Tampa. He'll be outside row number 2 for that tag class. So checker flag got a job for our youngsters, ages 5 to 7, kid car drivers. Quite amazing. Talked about it yesterday, how these youngsters coming up in the world of karting and getting their start here at the Florida Karting Championship Series. And before you know it, they're in behind the steering wheel of a full car, and they really just very exciting to watch these kids come up. Kids car's going to make their way off the speedway, and we're going to get ready to roll for our first final of the afternoon. Again, 14 laps. Here's the way we'll line them up. In your Rotex Junior, Oliver Askew on the pole. Outside row 1, Colin Warren in the number 1. It's Sarah Metcalf, row 2 in the 12. Jeffrey Lampert in the number 314. Jeffrey starting 4th. 5th, it'll be Dylan Bucci in the 77. Morgan Healy in the 16, starting 6th. Brian Lockwood coming out of the Monticello area will be starting 7th. Orson Morales 8th. Tim Venable will be starting 9th. And Oliver Askew, you take a look at his best lap time, 47.733 in his pre-final run. So again, Oliver Askew, one driver really into that 47-second bracket. He came across the line 4.8 seconds ahead of Colin Warren. So again, Oliver Askew, one of the drivers, boy, he gets up front. He'll stay up there. So Oliver Askew on the pole position. Just 1 or 2 more kid drivers working their way off turn number 10. And they'll take the exit. So a great job by all of our kid car drivers, doing a great job here for the first 2 days here of race number 1 at the Homestead Miami Speedway. So we're ready to go. Again, this will be your Rotex Junior. We're ready to roll now. This will be Rotex Junior Field going to make their way out into turn number 1. And Oliver Askew and a Tony card. He's sitting on the top position. Alan Warren into number 1. Sarah Metcalf starting 3rd. Lampert Jeffrey starting 4th. Dylan Bucci 5th. Dylan in the 67. Morgan Healy starting 6th. Brian Lockwood 7th. Orson Morales 8th. Tim Venable starting in that 9th spot. The tag drivers, you're up next. You need to bring them to the grid. That'll be your tag drivers. Field going to work their way into turn number 11. That's the final turn as they come off that turn. Here they come to the start-finish line. Billy Newberg going to look them over as they come to the start-finish line. Looking to go green. It's out. We are underway. First final of the afternoon, Rotex Junior. Off to a pretty good start. Oliver Askew. Talked about him earlier. If he gets that early lead, he loves to stay up front. He's hard to corral in. So Oliver Askew up front off turn 4 opens up about a 3-cart length lead. Just what the doctor ordered for this kid, Oliver Askew. And there he is shooting through the chicane, 2nd place. And 3rd place cart, some pretty good nose-to-tail racing. Sarah Metcalf, Colin Warren battling for 2nd. 4th and 5th got some nose-to-tail racing into turn number 8. Your leader's going to come across the start-finish line. Green flag out. We are cycling around for the very first time. Oliver Askew, your leader. Sarah Metcalf, 1.3 seconds behind. And it's Colin Warren running 3rd. Dylan Bucci, 4th. Lampert running 5th. 6th will be Venable. How about Tim Venable quickly gaining some ground? Started 9th. And now Venable moves up into that 6th spot. So Tim Venable now into the 6th place position. So up front, Oliver Askew continue to hold on to that top position. Good start for Sarah Metcalf. Right on their heels, Colin Warren holding on to that 2nd spot. Dylan Bucci 3rd, Lampert running 4th, Venable 6th, 7th will be Morales, 8th will be Healy, 9th will be Lockwood. So Brian Lockwood has dropped down to the tail end of the field, qualified, or excuse me, finished 7th in that free final. He's dropped back a position. So we'll correct that. It'll be 2 spots for Brian Lockwood, now 9th. Lockwood now coming across the line. But up front, your race leader, 2.6 second lead for Oliver Askew. Metcalf running 2nd, Colin Warren running 3rd. Colin about 2.7 seconds behind your leader. So traffic stretching out. And a good battle, boy. Colin Warren keeping the heat on Sarah Metcalf. Got that race there for 2nd through the chicane into turn 6 and 7. Now they're heading to turn number 8. Colin Warren working on Metcalf as they come up turn 9. Not a bad little race there. Dylan Bucci, Jeffrey Lampert. That'll be 4th and 5th as they come off turn 10. Boy, all of a sudden, Dylan Bucci and Lampert, they are starting to bring in the 2nd and 3rd place car off turn 11, which was a 2-car battle. Now it becomes a 4-car battle. And Dylan Bucci trying to reel in to Colin Warren. And Colin Warren got a good little battle there with Sarah Metcalf. But 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, all nose to tail. Checking out on the field, Oliver Askew. And he is checking out. There's Oliver Askew now off of turn number 8. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th heating up now. Good little race there. Metcalf, Colin Warren, Dylan Bucci, Lampert, all doing battle. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as they check off turn number 8. Now 1 car coming off the speedway. We'll check on that car. So that car getting off the safety. That was one of those 2nd, 3rd place contenders. So Askew, your leader. Dylan Bucci, that'll be the 2nd place car. So he's going to take advantage of that. Lampert moves up to 3rd. 4th, it'll be Morales. 5th, it'll be Healy. I believe that'll be Colin Warren, the one dropping out. So that's Colin Warren dropping out here in lap number 4. So something popping off that car. I believe a chain off Colin Warren's machine. So which was a 3-4 card battle, now working into a 2-card battle. Dylan Bucci and Jeffrey Lampert now running second and third. So how about that? Dylan now second. But again, he's about 5.5 seconds behind your race leader. Well, Dylan Bucci going to cash in on the mishap of Colin Warren. There's Colin Warren getting that chain back on. He's a couple laps down. Colin Warren in the 11th. So Oliver Askew picked up the victory in the pre-final. And right now he's about 7.3 seconds ahead of Jeffrey Lampert. Jeffrey running in that second place position. Dylan Bucci trying to bring him in. Dylan currently running third. Again, lap traffic, that will be the 11 of Colin Warren. Then you've got the second place car, Lampert. Dylan Bucci running third. Morales fourth. Fifth, it'll be Morgan Healy. So there's your leaders coming across the line. Oliver Askew, 8.3 second lead. Lambert right now holds on to second. Third will be Dylan Bucci. Morales fourth. Morgan Healy fifth. 6 laps complete. And Colin Warren, that is a lap cart. Again, Colin Warren, that is a lap cart. As he works his way through the chicane. That's Colin Warren through the chicane. He is down 1 lap. Running second will be the 314. Lampert in the 314 on a Tony cart. That'll be your second place cart. So 7 laps in the books. There's your leader. Oliver Askew has led every single lap. Jeffrey Lampert running second, 9.4 seconds behind your lead. Dylan Bucci, 10 seconds out of the top spot. Dylan running third. Orson Morales fourth. Morgan Healy fifth. Metcalf sixth. Lockwood seventh. Tim Venable running in that A spot. And Colin Warren down 1 lap running ninth. So Oliver Askew picking up right where he left off in that pre-final. Picked up the victory by 4.8 second gap between him and Colin Warren. And right now he heads into turn number 8. Got a huge lead now over Jeffrey Lampert. Jeffrey in that 314 running second. He'll work his way across the line. Jeffrey right now about 10.3 seconds behind your leader. So Oliver Askew continue to show the way. Oliver Askew, your race leader, about 10.3 second lead. Jeffrey Lambert running second. Bucci third. Morales and Morgan Healy rounded out your top 5. Oliver Askew and that Tony cart. Boy, that machine is hooked up for this kid. So Oliver Askew moving right along. Dylan Bucci got himself a little good race there going on, coming into turn number 1. That'll be Orson Morales working on Dylan as they come off turn number 1. Pretty good racing between those two drivers. So working on our final couple laps to go. Oliver Askew holds on to that top position. 11.1 second lead over Jeffrey Lambright. Dylan Bucci third. Orson Morales fourth. Fifth will be Morgan Healy. There's your leader. Oliver Askew across the line. So Oliver Askew about 12-second gap down between him and Jeffrey Lampert. There's Jeffrey across to the line. 11.9 seconds out of that top position. And our first final of the afternoon, 14-lap Rotex Jr. Oliver Askew setting up that win in that pre-final, and I'll tell you, he's right back where he left off. He'll head through the chicane into turn 7. Jeffrey Lampert in that number 314. Jeffrey started 4th. It's a second place, trying to lock up second place, trying to get on that podium. Oliver Askew going to check off a turn at number 11. That'll be 11 laps complete this time by. So So 11 laps complete. Oliver Askew checking out early.
Billy, next time around, 2 to go. Billy, next time around, 2 to go.
Alan Warren again in at 11. He is down 1 lap. Alan Warren down 1 lap. Pretty good weekend for Morgan Healy, picking up a top 5 run right now. Morgan currently 5th. Sarah Metcalf running 6th. Brian Lockwood 7th. Tim Venable running in the 8th spot. Colin Warren down 1 lap. He is currently 9th. So Colin Warren, a tough break there. He was right there in contention for that second place position. And all of a sudden, a problem there, chain popped off. And he got a good little battle going on up there in the top 3, but a tough break for Colin Warren. In the meantime, we'll pick up 2 laps to go, this time by. So Oliver Askew picking up 2 laps to go. Jeffrey Lampert in the 314 will be your second place card. Jeffrey now exits off turn number 11. That's the gap right there as he crosses the line. 14.3 second lead for Jeffrey Lampert. So Jeffrey doing an outstanding job. Orson Morales running 3rd. Bucci 4th. Healy 5th. Sarah Metcalf 6th. Brian Lockwood 7th. Tim Venable 8th. Colin Warren down 1 lap. He has currently scored 9th. Dan Oliver Askew in lap number 8. It was his fast lap. Turned to 47.736. Just about his best time in a pre-final. That pre-final had a 47.733. So a pretty consistent lap after lap for your race leader as he picks up the white flag. Oliver Askew now heads into turn number 3. Boy, he is just checking out on the field. Second place cart now coming over the line. Again, Lampert about 14.7 seconds out of the top position. A lot of Tony Cart, Oliver Askew motoring through the chicane. Heads to turn number 7. Gets into turn number 8. He is long gone. Got to make a couple more turns. And Oliver Askew with a 14.7 second lead. 3:14. That'll be Jeffrey Lampert. Jeffrey running 2nd. Orson Morales sits 3rd. Dylan Bucci and Morgan Healy are top 5. So checker flag drops. Oliver Askew picks up the win. Goes wire to wire. Great run for Oliver. Started on pole. Won the pre-final. Started on the pole here for the final. And he goes wire to wire. Coming home 2nd, Jeffrey Lampert. Jeffrey comes in 15.7 seconds behind your leader. Burrell is 3rd. Bucci 4th. 5th will be Brian Lockwood, who moves up a spot. Metcalf 6th. Morgan Healy 7th. Tim Venable 8th. And Colin Warren down 1 lap comes home 9th. So there it is, your overall winner, Oliver Askew. ready to go for your tag class. Here's the way to line them up. Again, tag drivers go 16 laps. Andrew Evans on the pole position. Outside row 1, Chris Kripthorpe in the 79. Rashida Barndron in the number 46, starting 3rd. Brandon Hillier starting 4th. 5th will be Michael Malicon. Continuing on with your lineup, Jonathan Kotite will be starting 6th. Brian Horowitz starting 7th. Brad Sanders will be starting in the 8th spot. Happy birthday to Brad Sanders. Fernando Dunas will be starting 9th. Seth Davis 10th. Joffrey Amaya starting 11th. And Hayden 12th. Nick Rickard starting 13th. Jesse Gross 14th. Peter Pastano 15th. Brandon Wells starting 16th. Merkel will be starting in the 17th spot. Dunas starting 18th. Jimenez will be starting 19th. Jason Devine 20th. Garrett Peterson started 21st. Chris Totoro starting in the 22nd spot. Robert Wright will be starting 23rd. That'll be your tag class. Again, those are 16 laps. It should be a good little battle there. Chris Grepto and Chris qualified on the pole position in the pre-final. But got hung up there and they dropped the green flag of the final in turn number 1. He started on the pole, dropped back to 4th, and then worked his way through traffic. Got a good solid run, finishing 2nd for Chris Grepto. So Chris right now sitting outside row 1. Good look at row number 1 now, Andrew Evans. In the 227, Grepthorpe in the 79. So it should be a good battle for these top 2 drivers. Andrew Evans coming out of the Dade County area. And of course, Chris Grepthorpe coming out of Lutz, Florida, just north of the Tampa Bay area. A student up there at Florida State. And I want to welcome those folks in at the FKCS live streaming. Hope you're enjoying the race coverage here from Homestead, Miami, race number 1 with the Florida Karting Championship Series. No matter where you're at around the country, around the world, and you should take some time in to type in, let us know what's going on, and your questions, thoughts, whatever we got there. We can try to answer you back as quickly as possible, but appreciate you tuning in online. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I'm Tony Monica. Of course, we're working on race weekend number 1, 6-race series here in the state of Florida, the Florida Karting Championship Series. One of the longest racing series in go-karts around the country. And having a great number this weekend of karts. Outstanding start here for the 2011 racing season. And being told about 245 total counts. That's remarkable numbers here for the Florida Karting Championship Series. A test of the great job everybody does working aboard and all the staff putting it together, showing a great product here. And we're starting my 7th year, believe it or not, with the Florida Karting Championship Series as the announcer. And it has just been an outstanding series, one of the best in the business. And they kick it off all over 200-plus cars here this weekend at the Florida Karting, Florida Homestead Miami Speedway. About ready to roll your tag class. Again, they'll go for 16 laps. And want to thank the folks helping us out this year. Divine Design, embroidery, silk screen, signs, airbrush, glass etching. Official supply of the shirts and hats here for the series. Give them a call, 239-462-3803. That's Divine Design. And of course, the folks down here in South Florida, you got some sod problems, maybe getting a brand new yard you need it in, we'll make a AAA sod and supply. Of course, residential, commercial, construction, Bahia, Floritan, Zoysia, whatever your needs are, they've got it right there, AAA Sod and Supply. They also supply topsoil, railroad ties, landscape materials, plants, decals, boulders. Whatever you need for your yard, landscaping, maybe your new company, they got it right there, AAA Sod and Supply. Visit them online at aaasolidandsupply.com or give them a call at 561-968-5105. Again, right down here in the South Florida area. I just want to give a special thanks to Pastor Todd Shaw. Pastor Todd reaching out and encouraging others to live on track through Jesus Christ. Be sure to sign up for his e-newsletter at ontrackministry.com. That's ontrackministry.com. And want to thank the folks at Cart Tuner. And again, please enjoy a free copy of Cart Tuner, the unique application for iPhone, iPad Touch, and iPad. And of course, it can help you find that perfect setup for the real-world kart racing. Cart Tuner's unique drill-down tuning guide will help you diagnose and correct handling problems based on the cart's handling characteristics. And features include interactive tuning guiding, of course, customizing gear ratio chart, track database, weather or calculator, whatever your needs are. Again, check them out online. That is carttuner.com. And Andrew Evans, your pre-final winner earlier today. He turned a pretty quick, fast time with a 47.320 in your tank class. He's on a Tony Cart. Chris Repthorpe. Giller, Chris in that outside row one starting position. Christina Gordon in the 46 starting third. Brandon Sellier fourth. Michael Ellicott fifth. Jonathan Kotite sixth. Seventh will be Brian Horowitz. Ed Sanders will be starting in the eighth spot. Kind of doing the starting ninth.